Good afternoon, this is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com, and today I'm going to go over a play that I did in my live trading room today, which was LVLT. This is the play of the day, and I'm going to call it the play of the week, quite frankly, even though it's only Wednesday. No, it's not even Wednesday, it's Tuesday. Wow, it's Tuesday already. It feels like I did a lot this week, and it's only Tuesday. I am going to call this the play of the day and the play of the week because it is a great play. And it was a great gap. And I may get another play of the day and play of the week this week too. Why? Because it's earnings season and there's lots and lots and lots of stuff to do and a great time to trade gaps, which is what I teach and what I trade. And you know, the funny thing is today, there was not that much to look at this morning. I really narrowed it down with this one. I saw it gapping early this morning. Let's just quick look at the pre-market data here. It was like it was like ticks. And I said, you know, it's not enough, it's not enough, it's not enough. I looked at this, I said, still not enough volume, but I think this is starting to get better now. I'm going to be on this thing. And so I watched it. And it worked much better than expected, which does happen at different times during earnings season where things just go like beyond the target. That'll happen a lot. And the market was a tough call today for, I'm sure, some people that thought it would rally, but I didn't think that. And I'll have to do a market call in a separate video. But let's just talk about LVLT today. It was a beautiful play. Nice trade, nice day. And then continuing in the afternoon, which we'll go over as well. All right, so let's look at the morning. Here we go. This was, watch this thing immediately in the morning, and I saw it set up. I did not press the button and take the first trade. Why? Because the first time that this triggered this morning, there was like 40,000 shares in it. And that's not enough volume for me to be in something right away. I honestly have certain strict requirements in order to take trades because I use hard stops. But if I have a hard stop in and there's not enough volume in it, something could come in with 500,000 shares and blow through my stop. Like I'm talking about like $2 through my stop. So it just gets to a point where, yeah, you can use stops, but they can get blown through if there isn't enough volume there. Now, that being said, I knew the stock would trade today on the day. There just wasn't enough volume in it right away. Looking back now, I could have pressed it with less size. I could have done that. I saw it. I had time. I had plenty of time to do it. I saw it. Here it was. So stop in this first trade would have been over the high of the day. Had a nice drop. Paid almost $1. Actually, it was $1. It was $1 in the first trade. Watched it do it. Waited. Was aware of the fact that this kind of did a double bottom right away, but it wasn't a number. And as soon as it rallied up, I was all over this thing, and it held 22, which I really, really liked. Here it is. Here's the 21.98 and 22. Beautiful trade. Moving average is pressing down like the gap, and by this point, it's underway and had gone beyond the initial target that I had set for it, which was truly just the 200 right away. I also want to point out the utter weakness in this. I did say in the room this morning that I didn't want this to rally at all. That this had to show me immediately that this was going to go. I always ask myself, what is the ideal entry for this thing? The ideal entry for this was, I said, immediate weakness. And I got it. So then I really, really liked it. I had the conviction, and then I had even more conviction, and then it increased my conviction because I got what I wanted to see. When the stock gives you what you want to see, then you know, boom, you do it, okay? It's a different story when you're trying to talk yourself into it. Don't ever talk yourself into a trade. That's crazy, okay? That's not right. Let the stock give it to you. This gave it to me today, all right? So then I was in here. Got this nice drop. It booped under the low of the day right in here. You don't know if it's going to continue or not. It only went 8 pennies under the low of the day. $21 was a target, okay? But I wasn't going to suffer through a rally because I got it up in here. This was just the perfect entry. Just such a perfect entry up here when I grabbed this thing. And the bottom line is that as soon as it flipped and went green, I got out right here. Now, if you don't want to get out of I got out of the whole thing. This is my whole day right here. It's just a beautiful trade. I mean, this was it. My day was basically then done after that. I mean, so anyways, what happened then? Then got this bar here, this green bar here. You could have taken half off in here and trailed the rest over this bar. You would have had to put the stop and taken it down to 21. Now then what happened after that? I saw this invisible tick happen, and I knew it was going to push off and rally. So I told everybody that was still in it to take it. 21 was a target. All right. Then after that, I was watching it on the 5. And I said, boy, you know, this thing looks like it's setting up again. But as soon as it did this scoop, and the green bar here in the 5 went 1 penny over the previous bar here and did a 5-minute buy setup, it made a scoop here in the 8. I said, no, I don't think it's going to work. Get off of this, lay off of it. Let's just turn around and do something else. And watched another stock. But in the meantime, this rallied through, went over 22, and I really, really didn't like that at all. Really didn't like it at all. Left, went to the gym, came back, and lo and behold, this thing did end up setting up then later in the day. Here's where I saw it set up in the afternoon. Hold on. So this does this, okay? It went way too far for me to consider going back into it anytime around lunch. Then it does not trigger here yet. Then it triggers here, but in the trigger, it's red, flips and goes green and makes a green body bar with a bottoming tail. You still cannot take the trade short in here. It's not right. If I would have taken this short, which I didn't, I would have had to get right out. It shouldn't flip and go green. Anyways, a stop had to be over here for the pivot anyways. When was this thing finally telling me it was ready to go? I'll show you. Here it was giving a sign and a clue. And you really could have taken it in here, but this isn't a great time of the day, to be honest with you. You could have taken this trade. This was a 10-cent stop right in here. This is a beautiful, beautiful entry. You could have done it, all right, here in the 15-minute with a tight stop. Got to take a tight stop, and it never went over it. And if you wanted to be ultra conservative, you could have waited for this sandwich bar right here, which actually still was a nice stop. Look, actually there. It was the same 10 pennies. They just got a better price up here. 96 versus 84. But then it dropped. And just ran out of day here now. The day is done. Just ran out of day to go back down to get down to 21. But a nice, beautiful trade. Here, in here, this is almost $1 with a 10-cent stop. It's a 10-to-1 risk to reward. I mean, this is an incredible play this morning. Incredible play this afternoon. Can't jump back into it. I did not jump back into this. You cannot jump back into this. You don't know if it's going to fix itself to go back down. In this moment here, I'm saying no. In this moment, I'm saying no. In this moment, I'm saying no. Maybe, then I say no, and I wait. Okay? Once it starts to settle down that it decides it's going to hold under 22 again, that's when you look to get back in it, which you hadn't done here, or here. Getting better. All right? So the fact is that this was a terrific move and very damaging for the chart. I knew it was a good gap this morning. Really thought initially this morning in here, but then once the stock started getting underway, I said, okay, fine. I thought in here around that 2130 number where it first did bounce this morning. And then it did follow through, though, to 21. Where is the target on this thing, though? Let's just look. Boy, this is a damaging gap. This is a swing trade entry for this stock to go short. Let me just look at the weekly here. $20 is the next target. Let me just look at the weekly. I got to be honest with you. This is a really damaging gap. This thing's going to break under all here. I don't know when, but it's going to. After today. Yep. Yes, indeedy. This is going to have a huge move down. This was a good gap today, and this is a good swing trade to enter in the gap today, actually. To be honest with you, this is going to break through all this thing here. It already broke, okay, down here, but it has really tried to lift itself here. Again, this is why you don't pick bottoms, okay? This is going to break through all under this. I can tell right now today. Don't ask me how I know. I just do. All right, that's going to break all that. This was a really nice trade. Today is a day trade. This is absolutely was the play of the day and the week, and I just nailed the entry this morning. And I wasn't even aggressive. I could have been more aggressive and got that first trade. It just, the volume was low on it. It was like just way too low to take it. Could have sized myself down, didn't do what I waited. And, you know, it paid. It paid on a beautiful, fabulous entry in the morning. And then it paid in the afternoon, but you had to wait and be patient. Again, this goes back to the same old story, why you can't take every 5-minute sell setup. Okay, you can't do it. Look what happens here. You're getting chop, 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 chop. And you can't even short it back up in here in the 5-minute on the next setup here because, look, it didn't even hold. Did this, faked lower, if you put your stop over here, you would have got dinged out. This did actually hold here if you put your stop over the pivot, but it looks like it's not going to work here then again. Just too soon time of the day. This is starting to settle down right in here, which is when you're looking to get in it. And when it did that area where it started to do the basing. Okay, that's a good sign. This was an amazing play. This was a golden gap today, and I played it today in my trading room, and I called the trade live. It was beautiful, and we all did it. And if you're interested in learning how to trade gaps, please contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. I do teach a class on how to find these gaps in the morning and how to play them and take these entries too to get these nice, fluid, solid moves. As soon as I pressed the button this morning in this trade, I was up and just no suffering, up immediate money, get the drop, book it. It's just, that's it, you know? I mean, that is it. You can wait and watch these things for the afternoon if you want to get these second moves in them. You may not always get them, okay? They may go so hard and fast in the morning you may not get a second move. However, this thing was not going to go green today no matter what with the rally. It just rallied a little bit too much in the afternoon to retake it right away quickly on the 5, and then it wiggled and jiggled in here. I felt that it would close somewhere around here, but you know what? It was so weak that it closed down here. This is a watch for lower. $20 is the next target, and I think this chart is very damaged now after today's gap. I think this chart has problems now, and I do think it's going to just get through everything underneath there. I don't know when, but this is actually a trade that you can day trade, swing trade to the next target, which is 20 bucks, and core trade, because this has the potential to lose like half its value, you know, in the next several weeks or months, however long it takes to do it. But this is a beautiful, beautiful gap and beautiful trade. So if you're interested in more information on taking my gap class, the next one is going to be in March, at the beginning of March. Feel free to contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thanks, and have a great night, everybody. And if you're interested in more information about my live trading room where I make these calls, then contact me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thanks, and have a great night.